Welcome back to my channel, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Today's going to be another product review. It's going to be on the Midwest Industries, also their backup iron sights, front and back. Full disclosure here, I did reach out to them and they were kind enough to send out this rail and iron sights for me to do a review, and I greatly appreciate that. Just want to say thanks. Really good customer service. Reached out to them, they got this to me in one day. Reason being is because they are a company based out of Wisconsin and they're about an hour and a half away from me. I plan to do more product reviews from them in the future, but today's video is going to be on the handguard and the iron sights themselves. So this video is going to be pretty short just because this rail is pretty simple and it works, and that's how we like things. So let's jump down and we'll take a close look at this rail. Alright, so I just jumped down a little closer for you guys to take a look. Again, this is the Midwest Industries Ultralight Handguard. They do make this in several lengths. This is the 15-inch version, meaning that if you have a 16-inch barrel, it's going to come all the way to the front, which is what I like. Midwest Industries is made here in the United States, here in Wisconsin, so that's pretty cool. So let's look how it mounts onto the upper receiver here. It does have two tabs that indent over the upper receiver. That way the handguard cannot rotate. Moving on the bottom here, it does have some screws that hold it in, and it has some stainless steel inserts, which is really nice. This is one of the very few companies, or maybe the only company that I know of, that uses this, because a lot of other companies, they just use the screws that screws right into the handguard material, and sometimes if you take it on and off, it can strip the threads in there. So I do appreciate Midwest Industries implementing that into the holes there. That way your chances of stripping the screws is much less. If you guys look inside of here, they do use a 4140 heat treated torque plate, meaning that there's two holes inside of here. There's a little dowel that indents into the barrel nut here, and it keeps that from pushing out if these screws were to come loose. So the barrel nut is a titanium barrel nut, super lightweight yet really strong. It's probably one of the lighter weight barrel nuts I've seen on the market. The whole handguard without any accessories on it weighs 8.9 ounces, so that is super light compared to some other handguards on the market, weighing from anywhere between 12 to 15 ounces, so that's almost a pound there. The material that it's made out of is 6061 aluminum type 3 hard coat anodized, and it does have pick rails up top here. There's 3 sections and then 3 more up towards the front of the muzzle here. It does have 2 key mounts, one on the right side and one on the left side. That is really nice because you don't have to go out and buy M-LOK QD attachment points. If you don't want to, you can just use these, and these are anti-rotational. It does offer 4 sides of M-LOK, so towards the top here, again, this is the ultralight version, so it does not have a full pick rail on top. So M-LOK at the 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock position. So that's plenty of room for you guys to put anything you guys want on there. And then towards the top here, it does have some ventilation holes, again, to keep it lightweight and to vent heat. Because if you guys put lots of rounds through AR-15s, you guys know that they do get relatively pretty hot. Also included in the packaging is a 5-slot pick rail mount. This is polymer. I'm just going to keep this just in case I do need to use it, but as of right now, I'm not using it for my accessories. One last thing I forgot to mention is they do include a barrel nut tool for you to install this. This here basically just goes around the barrel nut. You tighten it down. There's plenty of videos on how to do that, but again, this is Midwest Industries Ultra Lightweight Handguard, made here in the United States, here in Wisconsin. 15-inch model. That's pretty much it for this handguard. I mean, it's pretty simple. It works. It's lightweight, so if you guys are looking for a lightweight handguard, definitely check out this handguard from Midwest Industries. So just thought I'd throw this in the video as well, just because these are really good iron sights, and the video for this, if I was to make separately, would be relatively pretty short, so just thought I'd put everything into one. These are relatively low profile. So there's the front one, and then the rear one sits back here. If you guys can see, when you lay it flat, it sits almost flush with the end of the upper receiver there, and it sits relatively pretty low. So anyone who's running an LVPO or anything like that, where the optic was to sit over this, you won't have an issue. It basically installs with a flathead screwdriver there, and then you just put it on, and same with this side. It doesn't have a little push button for you to push like the Magpul versions. You just basically lift up on it and it goes into place. Now, it does take somewhat of force to flip it back down, but if it stays up, it is up, so you don't have to worry about it coming down. And if it does, you can always just flip it back up. So the front side here is 0.437 inches when folded down, and it uses a standard A2 front post. So if you guys have aftermarket posts you guys want to put in there, you guys can go ahead and do that, which is really nice. If you guys want to leave it there, it'll work. It also comes with a front sight tool, just your basic AR-15 tool. Just put it in there, turn it whichever way that you need to adjust your point of impact. So the top section here, so this little V part, is made out of phosphate finished steel, and the bottom part here is 6061 aluminum. And for adjustments, this is 1.5 MOA per turn. And the weight of the front sight by itself is 1.4 ounces, which that is relatively pretty light. So that's about it for the front sight. We'll move to the rear here. So like I mentioned, this is the rear sight. It only has one aperture size. Not sure if you guys can see it there. Let me see if it'll focus. There it goes. It's not like the Magpul one where you can flip down to make a smaller sight picture or flip it up to make a bigger sight picture, but this one here is actually happy medium. I didn't have any issues with it sighting it in at all. Now this one folded, it folds down flat to 0.388 inches. Again, as I mentioned before, it does have an intermediate sight picture there. So for Midwest Industries, they call it the intermediate aperture for long range precision and close range rapid engagement. So like I said, it's a happy medium there. Again, the sight up here is made out of phosphate steel, and the bottom here is 6061 aluminum. So the adjustments here is going to be 0.5 MOA and or 0.65 MOA click adjustments, and the weight is 1.2 ounces. So these two sights here, relatively pretty light. Again, for you to flip it up, it's relatively pretty simple. You would have to put some force to kind of push it back down, and when you do, it makes a nice clicking noise, and then it's down out of the way, and it folds nice and flush with the back of the upper receiver. I will do a follow-up video on these iron sights, but just want to show you guys my initial impressions on these iron sights and the handguard. So far everything has been great, fit and finish. I love the lightweight aspect of this handguard, just because I wanted to make a lightweight rifle, and this adds just that much more to the build. Let's jump up top and get my final thoughts. Alright, we're back up top here. Again, that was the Midwest Industries Ultra Lightweight Handguard, along with their iron sights. Everything so far has been really good. I've been hitting the range with this a few times a week. Sorry I have not brought my camera with me. In the next couple range sessions, I will bring my camera out and I'll do a couple shooting videos for you guys and see how well these iron sights holds up. One issue I did have with this initially, I did not torque these down to the right torque spec, so when I was shooting it, the rail kind of scooted up maybe like 1/8 of an inch. So I put everything back down and Loctited it in, and has not moved since. Again, this is the Midwest Industries handguard. Really good company, really good fit and finish. Quality control is there, and it's made here in the US. But that's all I have for you guys. Any questions, leave in the comment section below. I'll try my best to answer them. And until next time, be safe everyone.